Hey guys, Doterian here. I have over 200 hours in Ravenswatch, but one thing that I've found that the game doesn't do well is explain mechanics or damage numbers. In this video, we're going to cover health and defenses. Now, initially, I was always confused as to how my health was going up, so let's break down how health is actually calculated in Ravenswatch. Your maximum health is based on your base health at level 1 multiplied by a level multiplier. This level multiplier is 1.1 to the power of your level minus 1. This is multiplied by vitality expressed as a percentage, and then multiplied again by any sum of max health multipliers that will be applied. Now, each character starts off with a different amount of base health. So for instance, Beowulf, being a melee character, starts off with 120 base health compared to Pied Piper, who's a ranged character, starting out with 80 health. Since base health and what your level is fixed as you progress throughout your run, you can only control the amount of vitality you gain through objects, consumables, and talents. Based on this, the game tells you that your base health is compounded by 10% every time you level up. You take this value and increase it by 1% for each point of vitality you gain. So let's take Snow Queen here for instance. Now this is Snow Queen at level 13 with a vitality of 241. Snow Queen has a base health value of 90. So we take 90, we take our level multiplier, which is 1.1 to the power of 12. So 90 multiplied by 1.1 to the power of 12 multiplied by 1 plus 2.4, because this is our vitality value, gives us 963.11. This is rounded to the nearest whole number, giving us 963 health exactly. Now let's talk about armor. Armor that is applied to you is a form of damage reduction that scales logarithmically. This formula for armor reduces any damage taken by armor multiply 100 divided by armor plus 100, and this is expressed as a percentage. Now this formula is a rather generic form of damage reduction that is commonly used in a lot of games, and it works well. So why fix what isn't broken? Based on this formula, 100 armor equals 50% damage reduction, 200 armor is 66.67 damage reduction, 300 armor is 75%, 400 is 80%, 500 is 83.3%. And since it scales logarithmically, you can see that as you increase the amount of armor, the return on damage reduction gets less and less, thus you will never actually reach 100%. We'll also note that the armor indicated on the shield icon on elite enemies and bosses gain a different scaling on damage reduction, where one shield on their health bar indicates 50% damage reduction, 2 shields indicates 75% damage reduction, and a golden shield means 100% damage reduction. Next we have shields. Shields are usually a small amount of temporary health that you gain on your character, and the amount is specified on the consumable, talent, or object that you gain. Any values that increase the amount of shield will do so multiplicatively if it is stated so. So for example, on Fairy Dust, this says that it's going to increase your shield gain by 50%. This is a multiplicative value. Finally, the last form of defense that you had is status effects and debuffs. Now, weaken is one form of status effect. This applies a debuff that reduces enemy attacks by 25%, and this is also a multiplicative value. Combine all 4 of these forms of defense and you can effectively gain a lot of health and drastically improve your survivability, especially in the high difficulties. That's it for this video on defenses. If you learned something, please drop me a like down below and subscribe to the channel. As always, have an awesome day. Bye for now.